Hey everybody, it's Christopher Naiman. I have something I need to talk to you all about. I have a friend who's been in the closet for a very long time, and my friend came out of the closet today, and I want to celebrate my friend coming out of the closet. And that friend is my old vintage, I call it vintage, brother CS-8150. It's been sitting in the closet for several years, and in my opinion, this is one of the best compact portable sewing machines brother ever made. But, there's a but, yes there is. They had to stop production because the consumer never read. They never paid attention. And I'll explain all that in a moment. So stay with me. I'm going to show you a little bit about this machine, bring back some memories, and if you have this machine, you're going to love the tip that I'm going to show you. Stay tuned, don't go away. Okay, welcome back everybody. Well, one of the things about this machine is it had this cartridge, and this cartridge is where you loaded the thread into, and then you push the cartridge down here at the top, but you couldn't push it down until this green light was there. Well, a lot of consumers did not read the instructions, did not read anything before they did it. They push and jam the cartridge down, which bent all the internal guts and everything, and then they were taking the machine back to the store. My dealer told me that he had so many of these come in because people were jamming the cartridges. But other than that, he said this was a great little machine, and I agree with him. I love this machine. I got this machine I think in 2006 maybe, give or take a year or two. That's how old this machine is. I know my nephew was about 10 or 11 years old when he was learning how to sew on this machine. It's a great compact machine to take to class. Here's the old extension table that I made. It's really old. It's from way back then. And look how old that thread was that was in there. This thread was in that cartridge. This is Coates Dual Duty, the old Dual Duty, the way they put it in here. And then what I'm going to use today, I'm going to use a top stitch needle, and then I'm going to do a demonstration for you, then I'm going to have a surprise for you at the end. Now, I'm going to show you a little bit more about this machine while I got the camera off the tripod. What it had, this flipped up here, and this is how you wound the bobbin. You wound the bobbin by lifting this thing out, and then you put your spool on there with the spool cap, and then you wrap it around here, and then wrap it around the bobbin there, and that's how you threaded that. This whole thing was compact. Oh, I put this up here. This is a piece of foam, big cushion foam where I keep my needles. But this was really a sweet machine, very sweet machine. Now, they made this machine like this that had the embroidery also. This is sewing only. They had the embroidery also, and the embroidery looked much like this, except it had a bigger screen. It was a touch screen. But my sister actually has that one. All right, so let me put this camera up on a tripod. I'm going to show you how to load up that cartridge, okay? All right, stay with me. Okay, so this is really very easy to do. You just have to pay attention, you know, because one time when I first did this, I wrapped it around the wrong way and it wouldn't thread, and I thought I did something wrong, or I thought the machine was broke, and I realized one mistake I made at the last part stopped it from threading. So you open this up and you're going to drop your spool of thread in there, and there's an orange cap that came with this machine. You're going to pop the orange cap on there until you hear it click down, and then you're going to close this until you hear it click. Okay? Now, here's your thread. You're going to take this thread up. I got it caught up in there. Hold on. Let me make sure I got it in here right. There we go. It's off to the side. Okay, here we go. All right, there we go. All right, now, then we're going to take the thread and we're going to wrap it around the top here, and then wrap it around the side, over here, under, and when you come across here, you have to put it under here, wrap it around the top, and then pull it, and it breaks. Okay? Now, I'm going to put the cartridge inside the machine, and then I'm going to show you how it threads. Okay? All right. Okay, stay with me now. Here we go. This is going to go down in here. All right? Green light is on. I'm going to put the camera down here, and I'm going to have you watch how it will thread. Okay, I'm going to get a side view here for you. So I'm going to push the cartridge down and watch how it's going to thread. See that? Needle is threaded. And all you have to do is get your big hand, my big hands under there. This is the only complaint I have about this machine, is there is little space between this and this. That's the only thing. So I'm going to have to put the camera down, get a pin, and go through there. But other than that, this is a cute little compact machine. If you got little hands and everything, this machine's perfect for you. So now I'm going to finish loading that, pulling the thread through. I'm going to get some fabric, and I'm going to show you how nice it sews. Okay, here we go. Now, what's nice about this machine is it's got a variety of decorative stitches. I think there's about 67 or so decorative stitches, but I want to show you some. Let me just back this up here. Okay, y'all remember I did that black button foot? The black button on the foot? Well, this one has the black button. See? It's got the black button, right? And if I open up my instruction manual, I think it's on page 62. I look on page 62, or 64, I think it's 62. Yep, here it is on page 62. Can you all see that? It talks about sewing thick fabrics, and then it walks you through how to do that with that black foot and that black button. So, like I said, this has been in your instruction manual all this time. So, yeah, okay, and I know a lot of you found that out and realized, yeah, I need to take my instruction manual into the bathroom with me when I do my business like Christopher and start reading about my products that I invested in. All right, so anyway, now this has a nice variety of decorative stitches. So I'm going to go here. You have a couple different choices here. You've got your utility and you've got a couple different decorative stitches. Okay, let's start again. You got utility, decorative stitches, satin stitches, and then cross stitch stitches. So if I click OK, I'm on, well here, this is how you choose, right? So I'm going to, those are your memories, memory in and memory out. So I'm going to go there and I'm going to, there's my decorative, my utility stitches. It has all these basic utility stitches and you've got some heirloom stitches in there. You have your applique stitches. See all that? There's an heirloom stitch, and then it also has buttonholes. Here's your buttonholes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 6 or 7 buttonholes on here. And then you've got your darning, and then you have your button sew-on, and you have your little that circle. Come on, guys, you know, eyelet, the eyelet, and then you have preset for piecing and quilting here, quilting piecing here. And you got automatic stipple. Okay, I know there's a lot of my friends are quilters out there. Now, you know I do a little bit of quilting, but I'm not a big quilter. But here, if you got a brother machine, you should know this. I'm just going to do this a little bit to show my quilting friends out there. I don't want to neglect you quilting friends, but you guys are the pros at quilting over me. I just like to show you better ergonomics. So I'll just do a little bit of this here. Alright. Oh, by the way, if you don't have snips like this, these metal snips, you need to get them. The best thing. Okay, needle up, lift the presser foot, open this up. There's your stippling stitch, and you just do rows and rows and rows of that. That's all you would do on that. Alright? So, now basically this works like any other sewing machine, okay? It's got your automatic buttonhole, stitch in there, everything. So there's nothing different about this machine. It's just a nice compact machine. If you travel, if you're a snowbird and come to Florida for the summer, but you didn't want to move your big machine from up north and you like to do a little bit of sewing, a compact machine like this is great. Okay? So, now, let me show you the trick. And that trick is going to be how to sew metallic thread. This sliver metallic thread on this machine. Now, just to let you know, I have a top stitch needle in, and I always have luck with the size 14 top stitch needle. Okay, so let me just get the camera reset up, and I'm going to show you how to load up for metallic thread. Okay, everybody, welcome back. Where we're going to put the metallic thread, we're going to put up here where you wind the bobbin. So you're going to open up your bobbin winder spool, put this here, put a spool cap on here, and here's where the trick comes in. You're going to use a blank bobbin, and what you're going to do is you're going to thread your metallic thread through the hole here. Okay, I'm challenged right now. I can't see. Here we go. Oh, I got it. All right, good. So you're going to thread through the hole, then you're going to put it on here and turn the hole towards the machine. And you see how that's going to come off? You want to make sure this is just slightly loose so it comes off freely. There, it's coming off freely. You see that? And then there's a special way that we have to load the cartridge over here. So let me turn the camera over here, zoom this out so you can see. Alright, so now let me take this out, take this cartridge out here. Now what we have to do is we have to put on this supplemental pin, which fits right on the top here. Let's see. Oh, this is going to challenge me. Hold on, let me push this down. There we go, right back there. Okay, there it is. All right, so you're going to do that, and then you're going to take this spool of, you're going to take this thread, and you're going to wrap it around the top part here. Okay, until it clicks in there, and click it down. And then you go through your thread path. Okay, go through a thread path here like you're going to, like you've got a spool of thread in there, and just go through the whole thread path here. Okay, and then you're going to push the cartridge down. Now, let me get the camera down here. We're going to push the cartridge down. Are you ready? All right, and that didn't thread. So let me do it again. Sometimes it takes a couple times, and see, I'm being real here. I'm showing you everything. All right. Back this up here. There we go. Okay, so bring it around here, around here, around here, around there, up there. Okay, green light is on. Let's bring some excess. Let's give it some excess here. And let's push it down. Okay, that didn't work again either. Well, let's go to utility stitches again. Put the needle in the center position. So let's try this again. It could be the needle is in the center, it's not in the center position. Aren't you glad that I'm screwing up to show you guys? See, this is how we troubleshoot, remember? Okay? You never give up. You just keep figuring out what you're doing wrong. Figure out what you're doing wrong. And you're probably not going to be able to see much in the camera. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. The camera's on the tripod. I need both hands here. Alright, around here, 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 and here. And give me some slack. Push this down. Let's give it some more slack up at the top here. Let's pull some of that out here so we have more slack. Trust me, this does work. Alright. Okay, more slack. Give me some more thread up here. There we go. Now let's see. There it is. Okay, so here's the deal. All right, let me explain to you. So you know what I did wrong. So you know when you do this. Let me zoom in here. All right. You see this? You need to give that more slack. So you need, when you go to thread this, you need to pull excess slack here so it doesn't pull tension when it goes to thread in the bob, in the needle. Okay? I'm going to take this off. I'm going to show you closer. All right, now lady that complains about me not having a camera on the tripod, sorry. All right, so here you see you have to have more slack there. And look, it did thread it. It's all threaded. You see, it is threaded. So that's the situation there. Aren't you glad I showed you that? And that's how you troubleshoot. So let's look at this setup again. There's a thread coming off, going through the spool, the bobbin, through the hole in the top, coming out here, and I'm going to remove these needles so nothing gets caught there. There we go. And it comes through there. Okay? Let me set the camera up. We'll do some sewing. Okay, here we go. Now I want to tell you, make sure that you use finishing touch bobbin thread. Okay? When you're using metallic threads. Finishing touch is used for embroidery, and it's a fine thread and works great when you're using these fancy metallic threads. So I selected a decorative stitch here, and remember this is that sulky sliver thread, okay? So let's go ahead and sew this. You know, I'm going to increase my stitch length and my stitch width here. There we go. And you're going to see how nice this sews with the sliver metallic thread. You know, and see, this was, I figured this out years ago before they came out with all these contraptions. You know, I was having success with metallic threads before by figuring out how you have to feed it off when most people were putting their threads in the freezer in the coffee cup. I still can't figure that one out. Let's see, here we go. You see, I'm not even breaking. It's not even breaking. And I remember exactly what I paid for this machine. I paid $298 for it at Walmart. Yeah, alright, so let me take this out, needle up, take this out and show you how beautiful that is. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? Let me raise this up here. Look, isn't that gorgeous? Oh my god. Oh my gosh, let's do another stitch. Let's do another stitch here. Let's try something else. Let me cut the threads first. Let me cut these threads first. Okay. And I'm just going to do, let's just do a simple satin stitch. Let me go back to the main menu and do a simple satin stitch for you all. There we go. And let's bring the stitch length down. Let's try, let's see, let's try this width. Let's see what this does. Let's see what this looks like. I'm just doing a satin stitch for you. This is that sliver thread by Sulky. You remember I have a size 14 top stitch needle in. You saw my setup for this machine. I know when I'm done using this, those of you who had this machine that got rid of it, you're going to wish you had it back. Oh, nice. You see? No thread breaking, nothing. You know, when I first wrote my book Pillows and I had people writing me and trying to be certified with me, I kept telling them the setups to do in their machines. And for some reason, they just weren't doing it. And a lot of people were having issues. But the ones who listened to my instructions and actually did the way I explained it, they had flawless results. Now, I wish I would have had the ability to do the video and the YouTube back then like I do now, because I could have showed them. But now you all have the advantage today, all you newbies, because I've got the video to show you. Look at this. Look at that beautiful satin stitch. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? Oh my gosh, that's gorgeous. I hope you can see that well. Look at that. Alright, so this has been another tip on how to use metallic thread on another sewing machine. And let me move my camera around here again. I want to show you. This again is the Brother CS-8150. It was that cartridge loading machine. And let's review this again, because I know some of you don't know how to rewind and you're always asking me questions instead of rewinding the video. So I'm going to just review this one more time. See how I got that coming off of there? Going down on top through the bobbin. And it comes through, you have to put that attachment on. And then remember, before you put the cartridge down, remember how we troubleshooted to figure out what was wrong? You have to pull this and give it some slack. So you have to have a loop of slack here before you push the cartridge down. And what else you have to do before you push the cartridge down? You have to make sure that, you know, let's look here. See, you have to make sure that light is green before you push this cartridge down. All right? So if any of you inherit this machine, you'll know all that. It's a great little compact machine, and you're going to love it. Until my next video, everyone, I hope I taught you something new. And if you have a friend who has this machine, show them this video. Show them how to do the metallic thread on here. Okay? Because I proved to you again that I have success on another model machine when everyone else is saying, I don't get success, that's stupid thread, blah, 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 blah. You're seeing my results. Take this to your dealer and show it to them. Love you all. You take care. Bye-bye.